And good afternoon, everyone. This is Kilo Charlie 9 Victor Kilo Victor. My name is Jim, and this is the Friday afternoon Qso-Vlog network. This is a directed network, and I'm net control. If at any time during this net should any emergency arise, please notify net control, and we'll stand by and allow those in need to access this frequency. Is there any priority or emergency traffic at this time? And hearing nothing, we will continue. This net is all about ham radio and being all that you can be. That's what our Qso-Vlog network is all about, trying to help people achieve the best sounding station possible. Thanks for dropping by. FYI, my background is 50 years in radio broadcasting, where a lot of big bucks are spent on audio processing equipment and getting it set up correctly to get the best sounding station possible. Well, long story short, when I became a ham radio operator, I could hear immediately a large discrepancy in on-air technical proficiency. A lot of stations were running with very poor mic equalization, very muddy, with little articulation. And as I continued to work stations, I realized most of the stations were also running very low average peak modulation, many around 30% of average peak modulation. So with my background, I felt I could help, or at least try. I knew that most modern-day ham transceivers did have enough onboard processing equipment to be able to overcome most all of the problems. So it would just be a matter of developing a generic dynamic range setup procedure and then adjusting the onboard EQ gear. And so I started the Qso-Vlog network with the phrase, if you have a radio you want to check out, give us a shout. And today we're currently featuring over 3,700 Qso-Vlog Aircheck recordings. And you can access these recordings by going to YouTube and doing a call letter search for KC9VKV, followed by the word logbook. That's Kilo Charlie 9 Victor Kilo Victor, followed by the word logbook. And we also have a newer series called KC9VKV Highlights. That's Kilo Charlie 9 Victor Kilo Victor, followed by the word highlights on a YouTube search. These are some of our less technical and more human nature philosophical kinds of QSOs. That's KC9VKV, followed by the word highlights on a YouTube search. Both KC9VKV Logbook and KC9VKV Highlights are segments of our main YouTube homepage of Jim's Radio Story, where we celebrate a 50-year career in broadcasting. A 50-year journey from a 5-watt pirate radio station as a 12-year-old to production director of a major 50,000-watt AM broadcast facility. And the thing that makes this truly a unique story is that I have all the actual masters from all along the way. Over 2,600 shows, including many full-length major music concerts and radio documentaries. You'll have to check it out and subscribe. Jim's Radio Story on a YouTube search. Our setup, while generic in nature, converts the average 10 dB dynamic range transmitter with an average 30% of peak modulation to a much fuller 3 dB dynamic range with an average 80 to 85% of peak modulation. This substantial boost in audio transmit level is extremely beneficial in high noise levels and heavy QRM. It allows you to punch through when others fail. The second part of our transmitter setup has to do with proper mic equalization. We're looking to optimize the transmitted voice for a higher level of intelligibility through the use of EQ patterns that bring out the articulation aspects of the human voice. Again, why need to hear the voice if you can't understand the words? Also this afternoon on the receive side, we're running 5 Internet SDR receivers, monitoring New York, Pennsylvania, Georgia, and Virginia specifically. And in addition, we're running our newer number 5 Hocus Pocus Internet SDR receiver, loaded with 50 additional pre-programmed Internet SDR locations spread out over 20 states across the eastern half of the United States, trying to get the best copy from our 100-watt friends. Now, the audio from these 5 SDR receivers comes up on a 6-position rotary selector. Also on this selector is our local receiver audio. And today, our local receiver is running 3 large 10-foot vertical magnetic loop antennas. One aimed at 0 degrees, one aimed at 90 degrees, and the number 3 is aimed at 134 degrees. These are run as a directional scanner array with a manual voting system 6-position rotary selector. Also today on the transmit side, we'll be running our new SWR, specially oriented resonant tuned dipole antenna. One leg of this resonant tuned dipole antenna runs broadside to Montreal, Canada. The other leg runs broadside to Miami, Florida. As we were constructing our station, our mantra was 20 over from Montreal to Miami with a hotspot through the Carolinas. And although conditions may vary, the general performance of this antenna supports its mission. Also today we'll be running our input source indicator, so when we switch from an internet SDR receiver to our local receiver, you'll be able to see the switch and hear the switch. You'll have to check it out on our YouTube Qso-Vlog video. And as we come together for another Friday afternoon Qso-Vlog network, let us pause just a moment for the amateur radio operator's prayer. Lord, we pray for clear 20 over S9 communications today. Let all our transmissions fill the air and reach their destinations QSA5 to be understood by all. As we pray for good radio conditions, let us also pray for good human conditions. We pray that you will protect everyone, especially our elderly. And also, Lord, we seek your divine intervention to bring peace to a very divided United States. As we go through a very conflicting time in America's history, with dark clouds all around, we pray that you'll reduce life's daily political QRM between our brothers and sisters. And through your love and guidance, show us a way to find peace and harmony. Help us to communicate with one another 20 over S9. Thank you, Lord, and God bless and protect America. Amen. To continue, since this part of the band has many nets trying to operate in a very confined area, I would appreciate all stations checking into our Qso-Vlog net to keep their band pass to no wider than 100 to 2900. And again, please, no wider than 100 to 2900. This is the Friday afternoon Qso-Vlog network, and now with all that being said, let's open it up and see who's out there. If you have a radio you want to check out, give us a shout.
Check out. Give us a shout. Victor Echo.
Victor Echo station, come back with the call sign phonetically slowly, please.
The call sign phonetically slowly, please.
Victor Echo 3, Papa, Charlie, Papa.
Roger, Roger, PCP. What's going on, then?
Roger, Roger, PCP. What's going on, then?
I'm just on my way home, Jim. Good to hear you there. I don't often get a chance to check in here anymore. My remote station is generally in use, but it's not today, so I thought I'd give you a shout and see how you're doing. Back to you.
Roger, Roger, Rob. I'm copying you on, let's see here, PASDR, and it looks to be you're 20 over on the PASDR, Roger.
20 over on the PASDR, Roger.
Oh, very good, very good. Well, that sounds good. Just running 100 watts into a dipole, and of course I'm driving down the road and using my remote station, so maybe a little bit of road noise in the background as I have the processor turned on.
Oh, Roger, Roger. Well, you know, gosh, like I say, I'm looking at my VU meter set to 0 level as you talk, and then when you stop talking, it falls down and reads the residual noise of the channel, and you're a good 10 dB over the noise level of the PASDR, and that mobile is just, the audio is just sounding beautiful, Roger.
The audio is just sounding beautiful, Roger.
Yeah, very good, very good. Well, we are setting up another remote station, and this one is going to be up in the Arctic. It's going to be in a place called Iqaluit, which is on Baffin Island. I'm not sure whether you've heard of it or not, perhaps not, but the radio and everything's up there. It's just a matter of the local guy getting the antenna set up and getting it on the air. So in the next few weeks, we should be on the air from there as well. Back to you.
Roger, Roger. So should I anticipate maybe getting a shout on the Qso-Vlog net from that location?
The Qso-Vlog net from that location.
I'm not sure. It's another 2,000 or 3,000 miles north of my location, so I think it'd be too far, 40 meters this time of the day. But you never know who the conditions are. The call sign there is going to be Victor Yankee 0 India Romeo Charlie. It's the Iqaluit amateur radio called Qso.
Hey, roger that. Well, I've got some SDRs up in Canada, you know. So it would just be a matter if I would make the trip, because I'm sure I could bring you guys out of there on a Canadian SDR, Roger, if it need be.
A Canadian SDR, Roger, if it need be.
Yeah, Roger. That's entirely possible, and once we get on the air, we'll see how it performs at 40 meters. So I will hold it up, Jim. I'm sure there's others wanting to get in there and get some of your magic tricks happening there. So with that, I will say 7-3. Nice chatting again, and we'll catch up with you again later. KC9VKV, the tree PCP.
Roger, PCP. Hey, you have a good trip, safe, and gosh, we'll be talking at you down the road, so to speak. 73. This is the Friday afternoon Qso-Vlog net. If you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.
If you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.
Kilowatt 8, Echo Papa Sierra.
Echo Papa Sierra, Roger, what's the name?
Echo Papa Sierra, Roger, what's the name?
The name is Eric. I'm calling from Columbus, Ohio. And today I need you to evaluate my homebrew Electret microphone we talked about 2 weeks ago.
Oh, yes, I'm just waiting to hear that. Now, are you into that mic now, or are you going to plug it in a minute?
Mic now, or are you going to plug it in a minute?
Nope, I've got it connected. I've checked out a few things in the last couple of days and figured that Friday would be a good day to test it. So it is live right now.
Oh, I'm listening to it right at the moment?
Yes, sir.
Oh, man, just sounds beautiful. You have such a articulated top end, man. It's just right there, and your dynamic range is 3 dB. So just everything is just beautiful, Roger.
Just everything is just beautiful, Roger.
Well, that's good to hear. As I looked at it on my spectrum analyzer, it looked like it was pretty full, and that was good. It looked like I had some top end, and that was good. I just was curious because the only thing I've heard off my monitor is I hear some background noise. I'm running my compressor at a 3 or 30 out of 100, but when I just listen, I'm hearing just a hint of background, and I didn't know if that was normal for an Electret or not.
Of course, it would be more so on an Electret than a dynamic due to the increased sensitivity of and capability of the Electret element. But I was listening very closely, and I heard nothing in the background. So that's the thing. When you get 300, 400, 500 miles down the road, you could probably run a minus 15 background and never be detected that there was anything there, because there are other noises, but your background noise is unconsequential, Roger?
Unconsequential, Roger?
Roger. I like to hear that. Okay, I didn't know if that was going to be an issue or not, so I thought I would run that past you while your trained ears were listening today. Otherwise, the rest of the radio, the TS-890 Kenwood, is set up as usual when we talk. We're 100 to 2900, and like I said, the compressor is at 30. So it looked like I've got a good ALC level, and you said that we're running about 3 dB, so that makes me really happy.
Yes, sir. And you're running, obviously, a foam windscreen on that mic, Roger?
A foam windscreen on that mic, Roger?
Yes, sir. Somebody that I listen to on Fridays has been really promoting that, and I happen to have a foam windscreen for a Shure Model 58 studio mic, and that's what this Chinese clone is pop my extra foam cover on there, and I've not really been able to hear many places when I listen with my the monitor here.
Roger, Roger. Now, I just went down to my local receiver, my 7300 audio, and just to hear actually what the frequency response of that mic is. It's just beautiful. Now, obviously, my receive is a little noisier down on my local 7300 signal, but it's much better fidelity than the SDR. So you're just beautiful. I think you'll love your recording. I'm going to go back to the SDR, PA SDR. Roger, Roger.
SDR, PA SDR. Roger, Roger.
Roger, Jim. And I really have been anxious to get to listen to that after tomorrow noon. And again, I really appreciate everything you do for us out here. And I really felt a sense of accomplishment when I finally got this thing all put together and listened to it for the first time on the monitor. And I thought, well, it does sound really good, and if Jim says it sounds good, then I'm going to feel like that was a mission accomplished.
Roger, Roger. Now, did you get a chance to listen to that element before applying the CRISPR? Did you listen to the element before the CRISPR, Roger?
You listened to the element before the CRISPR, Roger?
I did not. I just went ahead and put the CRISPR in. The way I am as an engineer, if somebody has already proven a particular point, I'll use that design and keep moving. So no, I did not try it without the CRISPR. I just built it all in and closed it up and tried it.
Roger, Roger, Eric. Well, you did a great job, man, and it's so nice to hear that element being not affected by the enclosure. I can detect no echo internally to the mic holder, and so that's a thing right there. You know, it's just a beautiful job, Roger.
Yeah, right there. You know, it's just a beautiful job, Roger.
Roger, Jim, those are the kind of subtleties that I've been anxious to have you listen to see if I had the essentials covered on this. And it's all good news so far, and I'm very it's one of those things where you work on it a little at a time and kind of keep working on the project, and when it all comes together, there's a real sense of satisfaction. Over.
Oh, Roger, Roger. I mean, just, you know, that microphone right there, that sound of that microphone would probably cost the average person a couple of $100 somewhere to get that kind of fidelity out of a radio. So, and you know, there's all kinds of adversities that are awaiting folks that do their own microphone building and experimentation. Like, you know, we were talking earlier about internal noise of the mount of the element. I once put one inside a can and with a bullet front on it, and it really looked nice, but it did represent quite a bit of very quick tin noise. So I had to do a little number on trying to get that element the closer, obviously, that you can come to the element to your mouth, the less interference or modification to the pickup there's going to be. So when you're, you know, like a half an inch off the element, there's not much that's going to come between you and the mic, Roger.
The element. There's not much that's going to come between you and the mic, Roger.
Roger. Yeah, on this one, I'm about a half inch off of the foam cover, and so I'm fairly close to the element. But what you said about having to spend a couple of $100 to get a commercial unit that sounded like this, here's what my costs are. I had a 45-year-old electret element from Radio Shack that cost me $3.95 45 years ago. This Chinese Shure microphone clone cost $7. It was a dynamic, so I just took the element out. and I have, I think, $15 in a Bob Heil microphone, 10-foot long microphone wire, so that it's shielded and everything is good. So I don't have a whole lot of money in this, but I've got a lot of construction time and fitting and all of the other things that come along with it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, you do. But on the other hand, you have just a class audio signal, just beautiful. And you will be out into the hinterlands in your CQDX or what you do up that way in style, Roger.
Or what you do up that way in style, Roger.
Roger, Jim. Yeah, I'll probably use this on the field day work. I'm going to be working from home, and I think that's on the 24th when that starts. So I thought I would run this microphone if you said it sounded good, and see how it did in a contest setup. Okay, I will clear off of here and give you a chance to help some other people. But this has really made my day, Jim, and I appreciate it. My $4 Radio Shack Electret Element is held up in its little blister pack for all these years, and it's free to go. You take care, Jim. I will talk to you again soon. KC9VKV, this is Kilowatt 8 Echo Papa Sierra, clear.
Roger, Eric, 73 up that way. Good job, man. Good job. Sounds beautiful. You'll love your recording. This is the Friday afternoon Qso-Vlog net. If you have a radio or you want to check out, give me a shout.
Qso-Vlog net. If you have a radio or you want to check out, give me a shout. Kilo Zulu 4 Hotel.
Station calling, come back and give me your call sign again slowly, phonetically.
Station calling, come back and give me your call sign again slowly, phonetically. Kilo Zulu 4 Hotel Mike. Quebec Mike.
Hotel Mike, come back with your call sign again, Hotel Mike.
Come back with your call sign again, Hotel Mike. Roger, this is Kilo Zulu 4 Hotel Mike.
Roger, Hotel Mike, what's the name there?
Roger, Hotel Mike, what's the name there? The name here is Brandon, and I'm in Lexington, South Carolina, testing out a repaired antenna, wondering if it was getting out and how far.
Okay, so I'm monitoring you on my my Georgia SDR at the moment, sir. And what radio is that you're running today, sir?
And what radio is that you're running today, sir? I am running the Yaesu FTDX 101 FT, and I am currently on a 135-foot long wire that I've set up 80 meters, and just testing along, see if I can, if it's getting out and doing a job.
Yes, sir. Well, looking at the Georgia SDR that it's coming in on, you're look to be about 12 dB over their noise level. So just a beautiful job, Roger. Why did you? We usually this is a setup channel for transmitters, and we usually start. If you might be interested in, having the best signal, one of the first things we check is that transmit bandwidth, TBW. I don't know if you're familiar with that, but it determines how well your audio is presented in your transmitter. If that's a newer radio, so it has a transmit bandwidth called wide, 100 to 2900, and that's the one that we prefer. So as you be looking through your book or whatever, that is what we wanted to give you the best possibility for your transmitter audio frequency wise, and also then you just have a slice of daylight before you're into somebody else's conversation because you're doing 100 to 2900, Roger?
Conversation because you're doing 100 to 2900, Roger? Roger, sir. I am running 2700 hertz on the bandwidth.
Yes, sir. So I would kick that up to 100 to 2900, because what's happening is when you're in that lower resolution, you're rolling off your top-end audio, and that top-end audio is where all of the intelligibility is. Mostly is in the upper frequency ranges, and so you want to try to preserve those as best as possible for people to be understanding of what you're saying. Roger, Roger.
For people to be understanding of what you're saying. Roger, Roger. Roger that. I bumped it up to 3,000 hertz or 3 kilohertz, and have moved it over to what was it? It was plus.
That's plus 320 hertz.
Okay, so I think you just hit your VFO. So usually, if you're going to talk for longer than 10 or 15 seconds, I would usually put that on lock so you don't hit your VFO. But something else, that 3K is a little too high, because that will ensure that if you have a next door neighbor, you're going to be in their conversation. So like I say, the ideal transmit bandwidth is 100 to 2900, and in most cases it's noted as a wide, 100 to 2900. Roger?
Noted as a wide, 100 to 2900, Roger. Roger, Roger. Well, I just moved it down to 2800, so that might move me a little bit more back into your wheelhouse. Of course, I bumped the VFO and knocked it off frequency too, though.
Roger, Roger. Now, you do not have the capability of putting in numbers on your transmit bandwidth. Most radios do. They give you usually three selections. One of them normally is wide, 100 to 2900. And, it's your boat. You can float it however you want. I'm just telling you that that 100 to 2900 is just a great transmit bandwidth for the operation of that transmitter. Roger?
Transmit bandwidth for the operation of that transmitter. Roger. Roger, sir. All right. I'll have to look around for that a little bit. I'm still fairly new with this, but I can find it somewhere. There's something somewhere that'll tell me about it.
Yes, sir. Yeah, look in the book there, and under transmit bandwidth. So that's a little-known aspect to ham radio transmitters, but it's so important because it determines the frequency, the upper ranges of the frequency response of your transmitter. When you get down into those 300, 2800, 400, 2500 frequency ranges, you're just rolling off that top end, and people are going to be saying, well, what did he say?
Rolling off that top end, and people are going to be saying, well, what did he say? All right, sir. I appreciate that info. As long as this antenna is working, I can work with the radio.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, you sound, like I say, you're sounding really good, and I'm sure, that, well, let's put it this way. If I was sure, I wouldn't ask you to check it. So I'm not sure, and you're not sure, and that's the important thing, because who knows, unless you check something, actually, where it is. Can you imagine somebody having a radio transmitter and running for 10 years, and it be in some funky 500 to 2500 transmit bandwidth, and they could have been, just up flying in the sky with 100 to 2900. Roger?
Flying in the sky with 100 to 2900. Roger? Roger that. Well, let me, while I'm here, I just will go through the menu a little bit.
Yes, sir. It's called transmit bandwidth, TBA, and it's in the menu. It's menu set transmit sideband in that area right there. To transmit bandwidth. Roger, Roger.
In that area right there. To transmit bandwidth. Roger, Roger. Roger. I'm gonna take a quick look through here. Okay, I'm in sideband mode, and I'm gonna ease down through here and see what I've got.
Roger, Roger. Transmit, sideband, and then right in there, you probably have your transmit bandwidth adjustments, and then into your transmit equalization area. Roger?
transmit to equalization area, roger. Roger, I picked up an item here, transmit BPS select, and I'm at 200 to 2800 hertz.
Yes, sir. Now, do you have an option there of 100 to 2900?
Sure. Now, do you have an option there of 100 to 2900? Yes, sir, I do. I just changed it to 100 to 2900. Did that help?
Oh, yes, sir. Yay! That's great. That's exactly where you need to be. Now, there are some other areas that we do set up, too, is in the compressor processor area. We try to exercise a great deal of finesse with that compressor to the point that we suggest a 3. Now, what happens when you pass a 3 level on your compressor processor? It starts to want to suck up between the words, and that's not good because it's not doing anybody any good to suck up things between words. What we want is something that works on the word, and a 3 out of 10 or 30 out of 100 is probably, we think, about the best place to let that compressor processor work. So ideally a 3 out of 10 or 30 out of 100 on your compressor processor, roger?
Or 30 out of 100 on your compressor processor, roger? Oh, you do. You're talking to me about things I have not looked at here. I am still in sideband mode on radio settings, and gosh, not really finding much about the compressor. Let me move back here.
Well, why don't you just take a note on that and crank it in at your leisure later. So we're looking to have it on, compressor processor on at a 3 out of 10 or 30 out of 100, roger?
At a 3 out of 10 or 30 out of 100, roger? Roger, roger, 3 out of 100, okay.
No, 3 out of 10 or 30 out of 100, just a third of the capability of the compressor processor, roger?
Third of the capability of the compressor processor, roger? Roger, sir, I understand.
Okay, and then it would be to set your modulation level, and that involves your ALC meter. And as you look at your ALC meter with mic gain in hand, as you say the word audio, spoken just as you would speak any other word in a QSO, don't stress it, just say it. And as you say it, you're manipulating your mic gain control as you look at your ALC meter, and you want to put that ALC meter in the sweet spot of 7 or 2/3. So as you say the word audio, you become a human test tone generator and adjust that mic level until your ALC meter is in the sweet spot of 7 or 2/3, roger?
C meter is in the sweet spot of 7 or 2/3, roger? Roger, sir. I understand completely, I believe.
All right, and then it would just be a matter of EQ past that equalization. But as I'm listening to you at this point, your equalization sounds really, really good. So I think that's going to do well by itself. But if you crank in these numbers that we discussed and manage to check back in next Friday, maybe we can just, if we need to touch up that EQ, we can do it then, roger?
If we need to touch up that EQ, we can do it then, roger? Right. Well, I appreciate it. I will try you again next Friday. I'm going out here and clean up my mess while I've been working on this antenna. I appreciate your contact. Where are you located, sir?
Yes, sir. We're down around Louisville, Kentucky. We're on the Indiana side of the mighty Ohio, right at Louisville. About 3 miles away, I can see downtown Louisville, roger.
About 3 miles away, I can see downtown Louisville, roger. Roger that. All right. Well, that sounds good. I appreciate the contact. I appreciate your time, sir. I appreciate the help. I will check on this other stuff. Like I say, need to go out here before it gets too late and clean up my mess in the backyard. Thank you again, and you have a great day. 73 to you, my friend.
Yes, sir. 73 down that way, sir. You have a great afternoon, beautiful weekend. And if you want to hear your audio, we have been recording. And if you want to hear your audio, if you go to YouTube, do a call letter search for Kilo Charlie 9, Victor Kilo Victor, followed by the word logbook. That will take you to this recording. It'll be cut number 1 in a series of 3,700, and I'll have it uploaded to YouTube by noon tomorrow, Roger.
100, and I'll have it uploaded to YouTube by noon tomorrow, Roger. Roger that. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. I'd like to hear that.
Roger, Roger. 73, sir. This is the Friday afternoon Qso-Vlog net. If you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.
Qso-Vlog net. If you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.
Alpha Charlie 9, Quebec Mike.
Quebec Mike, Roger, Roger. What's the name there?
Quebec Mike, Roger, Roger. What's the name there?
The name here is Rick, and I'm located here in Hartford City, Indiana. There, over.
Roger, Rick. And what radio are you running today, sir?
Roger, Rick. And what radio are you running today, sir?
Running the Yaesu FT 450. With a
Okay, Rick, gosh, I had a little noise there. I'm not sure if that were you or somebody deliberately interfering with our QSO. It's sometimes hard to say, but come back and tell me about your antenna system for about 10 seconds, and let me look around and see if I can find a better path for us, Roger.
And let me look around and see if I can find a better path for us, Roger.
Yeah, Roger. Operating on a multi-band vertical. I believe it's, I can't remember whether it's 10 through 80 or 6 through 80 there, Roger.
Roger that, Rick. So if you might be interested in our setup procedure, it starts with you double-checking to be sure. Now, is that an older radio or newer radio?
With you double-checking to be sure. Now, is that an older radio or newer radio?
I've had this radio probably somewhere around 7-8 years, maybe. I can't remember exactly. It has the menu. When I go into the menu and look for the TWB, I'm unable to locate anything marked like that. Over.
Yes, sir. You may have a fixed radio. They, up until a few years back, they would just arbitrarily decide this is going to be a 400 2.5 kilohertz radio, and you would have no options to modify that. But now, the newer radios, they usually give you 3 transmit bandwidth options, and one of those would be that wide 100 to 2900. But may I just say that it is possible through a little judicious EQing to facilitate a apparent wider frequency response than the lesser, what did you say, 2700, Roger?
Sir, what did you say, 2700, Roger?
Yeah, Roger. I'm not sure exactly how I would go about that. I know where it should be. I know it should be in that wide. I tried to, there's not even a way to set the compressor on it. I have a mic gain, and I have a power and an EQ. The EQ is set about 2. And the mic gain set at normal there. I have a range from low, normal to high there. Over.
Yes, sir. I'm looking at your audio on a view meter on the output of my 7300, and it does look like you're up there 80 to 85% average peak modulation, which again is close to that 3 dB dynamic range area. Your EQ pattern, your control looks to be pretty good. You have some sibilance in your top-end audio. Your bass end is not probably we could get some more bass out of that, but the trade-off is sometimes Mother Nature does a thing called phase inversion, where she reflects your signal from the ionosphere from two different locations, and when it comes back to Earth at a distant point, sometimes those two signals are not necessarily phase correct, and one might be out of phase a little with the other, and the first thing that happens there is that the top end of the audio spectrum starts getting canceled because the two are slightly out of phase with each other. And as that phase angle deepens, Mother Nature starts rolling more and more of the signal out. And it always starts from the top and works its way down. So if you're real heavy bottom end audio-wise, and then you happen to have one of these phase angle inversions, and Mother Nature zaps your top, you just lose all that top end information, but that bass is still there. So what happens is you become Mr. Mumbles, Roger.
So what happens is you become Mr. Mumbles, Roger.
Roger that. I hope I'm not mumbling, but I don't know what I sound like on the other end. I will listen to the recording, that's for sure. And when I use the word audio, I'm about 7 on the ALC there, over.
Yes, sir. Now, I think you've got some singers in your area. That was a beautiful held note, Roger. A lot of people have difficulty in keeping consistent over a period of time. But the more you do it, it's like everything, the better it comes in. You know, the thing is that I chose that word because if you look at it on a spectrum analyzer, that word is just wall-to-wall harmonics all the way through the band there for 50 to around 3 or so, and it's such a beautiful word to use to set up a QSO or a transmit level. The thing is, the difficult part is to be able to project that level at a speech level, as opposed to, the tendency is to hang on it and go, and you don't want to do that because you want to make that signal as closely representative of a normal audio level as you can. The neat part about it is that it's a steady tone. So when you set that mic volume control, it's real easy because it's steady. Now, if you were to try to set that level with speech, you would have a lot of amplitude up and down, and it would be very hard to just exactly get that modulation level correct. But when you're using that steady tone, like I say, it's just really simple to take that mic gain control and put it your AOC meter right on the sweet spot of 7 or 2/3, Roger.
Your AOC meter right on the sweet spot of 7 or 2/3, Roger.
Yeah, Roger. I agree with you 100%. And I did set the preamp in this mic to a 7 that way. I don't know whether I got it right where it was supposed to be, but I'm probably pretty consistent from the mouth to the mic, and right when I talk, it's right there in your what you call the sweet spot there, right?
Absolutely, and your internal mic gain control is running about 5 or 50, just mid-scale on your internal mic gain. Is that it, Roger?
Mid-scale on your internal mic gain. Is that it, Roger?
It's running on the mic gain. I don't have a number. I have a low, normal, and a high. So if high is 10, I know low, when I put it on low, I didn't see much audio out, but when I put it on normal, I guess you could call that 5 there, over.
Yes, sir. Normal would be a 5 or 50. It's a nominal gain on the mic level. So that normal would be a 5 out of 10 or 50 out of 100. It should be a normal gain, and that's exactly where you want to be with bringing in an external device, because you want to hit that level right in the mid scale, not too hot, not too cold, just right, and then do your adjustment just like you did on the outboard mic gain control to hit that sweet spot of 7 or 2/3 on the ALC meter. Roger.
Sweet spot of 7 or 2/3 on the ALC meter. Roger.
Yeah, Roger. So as far as you can tell from what it sounds, of course, I'm not running any power, so just whatever the Yaesu's putting out. And so you think that the way it's all right there, and that it really doesn't need to have any changes made to it there, over?
I don't think so. The only possibility could be a few decibels down in the bottom end, and that's purely a personal taste. So what I would suggest is that you go to the website KC9VKV, followed by the word logbook, and that will take you to this recording, and you should listen to it. I think it's fine. I think it's beautiful, but you be the judge. Roger?
I think it's fine. I think it's beautiful, but you be the judge. Roger?
Oh, man, you're so intelligent. Where'd you learn that? Your mother teach you that?
You're so intelligent. Where'd you learn that? Your mother teach you that?
It took me a little afternoon siesta there. Lasted about an hour and a half. I didn't plan on lasting that long. And so anyway, I've not been up all that long, but boy, it sure felt good to do that. For sure. A little wintertime nap there, over. Anyway, I'll go ahead and get out of here so you can bring somebody else in, and I sure appreciate your knowledge and what you do for the amateur radio, and you have a good day and a good weekend, and maybe talk to you another time. This is the last radio I have to play with. I have to get another radio. I don't have any place to sit. So I'm kind of limited unless I can get more. So take care, Jim. I'll catch you next time. And this is KC9 VKV. Here is Alpha Charlie 9 Quebec Mike 73, Jim.
Hey, Roger, Rick. Good to hear you, buddy. And that, like I said, that radio is going to be just beautiful. I think you like it. But next Friday, maybe if you wanted to, we could crank in a little more bottom end. But I think you're just perfect where you are. This is the Friday afternoon Qso-Vlog net. If you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.
Qso-Vlog net. If you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.
And this is Kilo Charlie 9 Victor Kilo Victor Friday afternoon Qso-Vlog net. And let me see if my New York SDR's up. Hello, Chess 123.
Hello, Chess 123. Hello, Chess 123.
Roger. This is the Friday afternoon Qso-Vlog net. Name is Jim, and we are recording from now until 5 o'clock. So if you want to get a recording on your radio, see what it sounds like, give me a shout. KC9VKV.
KC9VKV.
You're not going to fire me, are you?
Hey, where the hell have you been, man?
My alarm didn't go off. I think the internet crashed.
Man, gosh, I missed you, man.
Yeah, Yeah, a little check would have done. I'm sorry. Again, here we are. How are you doing today?
I am doing, man. Gosh, hey, I was going to get back with you on that bird, but, I like the one on the bottom left-hand side, but I want you to get it, and I'll pay for it.
I'll work at it, yeah. The bird on the bottom left-hand side. I'll look at it. The bird, the bird's the word.
Yeah, Roger. And I got, have that guy drop down and have the magic word of the day, the bird word. And we just got to figure out how much dough we're going to award, or are we? Maybe we'll just send out a letter. Thanks for listening.
I think it'll be very interesting. I really will. We'll come up with, all they got to do. We'll come up with some kind of saying, and they can give us the word of the day to complete it.
Yeah, Roger. Sounds good to me. I mean, we need something. The last thing I had was once on a Thanksgiving. I had, it was Halloween. I had some of these four big tubes with this monster guy that was, it was a long story.
Oh, yeah.
It looked really neat. I haven't used that since then, but it was four big tubes. They were about a foot tall, and each one was a foot tall and about 6 inches wide, and kind of glowed. You hit a button there, and it kind of and the lights lit up and all.
Oh yeah, and the big mercury rectifiers as well.
Roger. Well, now 572Bs. I used to know those tubes pretty well. It was in the power supply of that 500 watt and a kilowatt transmitters.
Oh yeah, back in the day of the station wagon.
Roger. Now I've got confused. 572B is a power amp out tube. What's the mercury vapor tube? 5 something.
Oh my God. Oh, I'm not thinking right now. I don't have my cap on.
3B28 or 866.
I should know. I've got several of them in several transmitters. Man, you done got me.
Roger, well, it was a 5 something. I know. A kilowatt station used a couple of them, I think, on their high voltage. But anyway, long story. So what antenna? Are you on your normal antenna? It sounded really good.
Hey, you got me thinking about the rectifier tubes. They look like 572Bs, and actually some of them are even bigger.
Roger. Well, get in there and get the old S-stick going, get the interlock locked off, and get the S-stick going. Make sure everything is copacetic before you enter the cage.
Make sure the plate is grounded. Ground the plate. Make sure the pulls are on the pull to disconnect, so there's no line voltage going into the filament transformer.
That's right. Now, I worked for this station in Riviera Beach, Florida. I was 16 years old. And this guy that owned the station, he lived over on the other side of Florida. And he used to drive, one of those swanky sports cars that he would tool over to Riviera Beach, which was probably about 150 miles away. And he was, I don't know if he was an engineer or not. He owned the station, and he did a lot of the work. And this was probably the only station that had battery-operated relays for the turntables. Not power supplies where if you hit a switch and the turntable is going to start. No. These are battery powered, so it may start, it may not.
Give it a big kick. He was the captain of his own ship. Whether he was an engineer or not, he was a captain. Over.
Oh, he was. Now, he had, this was a small station. It was a block building, probably maybe 60 by 100 or something like that. He had his own office secured away, no entry into that but his, with his key, whatever. So he was living in the lap of luxury, while us guys are back in the studio, man. And we were using Magna Quarter recorders, which are, well, they've got these little things that when you put a reel on, then you have a spring-loaded jobber that goes in there and you twist it and it locks. And we had a whole rack of these, and it just turned out that one of them, when you would put that little spring thing on there, sometimes it would slip off and shoot you right between the eyes.
Pick up another check here. I'm going to grab something real quick. I'll be right back. Pick up another one.
Roger. All right, this is the Friday afternoon Qso-Vlog net. If you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.
What's this one sound like?
Oh, well, gosh, tell me about it. Tell me about the best thing you like about your radio.
Oh, well, it's kind of new. It's a FTDX 101D, and I've got a literally a $15 karaoke microphone on it from the 7th Street Flea Market down here in Louisville, Kentucky. And I'm on a AL80B running about 1,000 watts into a full wave 40-meter single band dipole with reflector screens underneath it, about 28 feet underneath the antenna. And by the way, the name is Brock, not Obama. I'm in Louisville, Kentucky, and it calls KK4CV.
Hello, Brock.
Well, hello there, Don.
What you know, man?
I was just sitting around here looking like this, making radio waves.
I'm going to let you get back with Jim. Hello, Jim. N4XRP. Just wanted to wave at you.
Hello, Don. Sounding good, bud. And Brock, now I got to ask you, what radio is that you're running?
This is the FTDX 101 Delta.
Delta, Roger, man. Sounds really good. And you're a show-off on that microphone, man. I mean, of all the microphones, of all the worlds that you could have gotten, you just lucked up on that one. That one's got really nice frequency response, Roger.
Yep, and it's gold, and I don't know, there's not a name on it, in it, around it. I've got a, puff thing on the front. What do you got? Plus. What do they call that? Plosies. So it doesn't do any Pelosi's or Nancy Pelosi's. So so that's exactly where it's at. It is from the 7th Street Flea Market, and I got it from Colonel Clank.
Roger. Well, it's just beautiful. No noise. Just ultra quiet. I think you really like the recording there, Brock. And but that windscreen could be a little bit better, because I did hear some rips. I know you were pushing it, but you might think about maybe another windscreen, a little heavier windscreen. I think would maybe do a better job, Roger. But that's my opinion.
Oh yeah, well I trust your opinion. Well, okay, now I'm about 6 inches from it. That's right on top of it, and they're 6 inches from it, and you can hear Debbie in the background, I think. Let me turn the mic gain down just a little bit so she doesn't come in there. There we go. I think that'll eliminate her somewhat. There you go. And I had the mic gain up too high. Let's see what I was sitting on about 40. Now it's 27, 28. And I've got the AMC. Is that right? That's that AMC thing. AMC out, sitting on 30. And you can still hear her in the background. The reason is because the microphone's pointing right at her, and she's on the other side of the room. Oh, well.
Roger. Well, under normal conditions, and I didn't hear her much at all, so that mic isn't picking up very much. But, what we normally do there on that ALC is adjust your mic gain until your ALC meter is running in the sweet spot of 7 or 2/3, as you say the word audio. You become a human test tone generator. And, it's so much easier to set mod level with a constant tone. also when you do spoken, just as you would speak any other word in a QSO, you become the tone, and then it's very easy to set that AOC meter in the sweet spot of 7 2/3, Roger.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, let's see. I'm sitting at 27 on the mic gain in there. Here we go. This is too far. Right there. About right there. KK4CV.
Roger, Roger. The hardest part about that is to say that level as a conversational level. The tendency is, for most people, the first time they do it, it's too hot. They set it too hot because they're not familiar with getting that word down to a QSO level for setting that level, Roger.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you know what? I was kind of accentuating it, but I'm watching it, and it's going anywhere between 5, 6, 7. There's a 9, audio 9, and but now you got to be real careful with the 101Ds and the what else? Let's see, the FTDX10. And Lou will tell you about those. He's familiar with them, but you got to be real careful, or you'll splatter. If you set these radios up the wrong way, you'll have whiskers on either side of the signal there. And I might have some. I might be driving the amp just a little on the hard side. I probably need to back it off, because it's doing about 1,000 watts. Probably just need to be doing about 800 out of it. But so yeah, here I won't say anything. Listen, you'll hear Debbie. Listen. Well, she's not saying nothing now. She's not saying anything. Oh boy, that's something. Anyway, yeah, go ahead, Jim.
Yeah, Roger. Okay, so what we normally do is suggest that folks run the transmit bandwidth at a 100 to 2900. Now, this is really important. Set that bandwidth, transmit bandwidth at 100 to 2900, and that lets your transmitter be all that it can be in the top end of the audio spectrum, but gives you just a slice of daylight before you're into somebody else's conversation. So the magic number it's called wide, 100 to 2900 transmit bandwidth. Roger?
Yep, that's, hang on. Let me get it, okay. Now, that's 100 to 2900. I was sitting at, what was I sitting at here? Let me see. Wait a minute. You're right. And I was sitting at 200 to 2800. 200 to 2800. So now I'm at 100 to 2900.
Yes, sir, and it's amazing what that wide frequency response makes for the syllabic range, the upper range of the audio. Because what happens is when you start in those lesser resolutions, like 207 to 700, 727, or 400 to 2500, you're just rolling off the top end of your audio spectrum, and that is where all of the intelligibility remains as far as in the upper audio spectrum, and all that information is just so important. So that's why we suggest that one run in that 100 to 2900 transmit bandwidth, and then just give you a slice of daylight before you're into somebody else's conversation. Roger?
Roger that. Now, just for giggles, I went from 400 to 2600, and that's 400 to 26, and then there's, right there, I just went from 100 to 2900 as I was talking.
Oh, yes, sir. Excellent example, Brock. Just beautiful. And if anybody had any doubts, they should check out that recording. It was just so graphic, a shift in audio capabilities. When you went to that 100 to 2900, it was just like you walked through the door, Roger.
There you go. Now, this is 50 to 3050, and I don't want to be there for sure. But I'll go back to 100 to 2900, and then there's, right there's 400 to whatever I said, 2600. Yeah, 26, and there's 300 to 2700 right there, and then here's 200 to 2800, and then there's 100 to 2900.
Yes, sir. You know, and I'm sitting here copping the mail on my 7300, which is down to 100 cycles on receive. So I'm copping all of what you're putting out, man. And it's just that wide mode is just beautiful.
Well, thank you very much. Thank you very much. But literally, and I can't talk too much longer. My voice is kind of crackling and giving up. I've almost got a cold, but I don't, you know. But I think Don's in there, and I believe I think I heard Lou number 1 or 2. Number 2. Is that Lou 2? Lou 2, I believe it is. He's a good friend over there where you're at. And so I'm going to get out of here, Jim, and I'm just going to keep everything as it is. And yeah, I might get a denser Aunt Nancy Pelosi cover. Pelosi's, P-L-O-S-I-V-E-S, Pelosi's, like explosives, Pelosi's. All right, so we'll say 73, and we'll catch you later. We might get a different Pelosi cover. KK4CZ.
Roger, Brock. Gosh, that mic, I think you just lucked out. That's all. I mean, that's all there is to it, you know. And I think, you know, if you do, hey, but you sounded really good at about 6 or 8 inches away, you know. So you be the judge. I hope you listen to it, though, because it really sounded great. 73, sir. Catch you later. This is the Friday afternoon Qso-Vlog net. If you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout. Station ending in Delta, come back slowly, phonetically, with your call sign.
Station ending in Delta, come back slowly, phonetically, with your call sign.
Kilo 5, Kilo Delta, is that a Roger?
Kilo 5, Kilo Delta, is that a Roger? Negative.
I didn't get it. I tell you what, best thing to do is, why don't you give me about 10 seconds and tell me about your antenna system, and let me look around for a better path. So give me about 10 seconds and tell me about your antenna system. Roger.
Give me about 10 seconds and tell me about your antenna system. Roger.
Four-square right now. I'm running a four-square right now, but it is raining down here in Louisiana tonight, or this evening, should I say, so not sure if I had the wrong thing. This kind of thought my SW may have shot up, but maybe I was looking at the wrong thing. This is Kilowatt 5, Tango Delta.
Kilowatt 5, Tango Delta. Yeah, Kilowatt 5, Tango Delta. What's the name?
Tango Delta. Yeah, Kilowatt 5, Tango Delta. What's the name?
His name is Dan, Delta Alpha November.
Roger, Dan, and I'm copying the mail on my Georgia SDR. What's your location, sir?
SDR. What's your location, sir?
I am in southeast Louisiana, about halfway between Baton Rouge and New Orleans in southeast Louisiana.
Roger that. And what radio are you running today, sir?
Roger that. And what radio are you running today, sir?
I am running a newly acquired Flex 6600 and just got a new microphone over the weekend. It's a Behringer B1, and I've been trying to wanted to link up with you once I got my microphone and get some pointers on maybe some fine-tuning.
Yes, sir. Well, the first thing would be to be sure that you're in that 100 to 2900 transmit bandwidth. TBW, 100 to 2900. Are you familiar with that?
TBW, 100 to 2900. Are you familiar with that?
QSL, I have 100 low cut, 2900 high cut.
Excellent. So then onto your compressor processor, set at a 3 out of 10 or 30 out of 100 if you have that those numbers. 3 out of 10 or 30 out of 100 on your compressor processor, Roger?
3 out of 10 or 30 out of 100 on your compressor processor, Roger?
Roger, roger. Yeah, I'm only available, have 3 options here. I have normal, DX, or DX Plus, 1, 2, or 3. I currently have it on normal. Processor on and on normal.
Yes, sir. That's the best. Normal is what you should be running in. And then to your ALC, and I know you have a different setup there, but what we're looking for, well, the compressor processor is, we're just looking for maybe 3 dB, 4 dB manipulation on the compressor processor, just barely, you know, and I think that medium will cover that, or normal. And then onto your ALC, as you say the word audio, with mic gain in hand, adjust your mic level until your ALC meter is running in that sweet spot of 7 or 2/3. And 2/3 might be the more setting that you would probably be interested in, Roger.
Setting that you would probably be interested in, Roger.
Okay, QSL. So this one here doesn't actually have an ALC meter. I have a level meter and a compression meter. The level meter is showing around -10 dBs, which would be about 2/3 on this scale. And the compression is, let's see, I want to say around 15 to 20 dBs. And that meter goes backwards. So it's a little confusing here not having the ALC actual meter.
Roger. Well, I'm looking at your audio on a view meter on the output of my 7300, and the way it's hanging up, I would say you're right in that 3 dB dynamic range. So I think your level is good there. And it would be now to your equalization, your tone control, and what kind of a tone control circuit do you have? Is it a 3-band, 8-band, 16-band, and do you have, because you do have your compressor processor on, do you have a PAL set of controls, a P set of controls that you would default to because your compressor processor is on?
That you would default to because your compressor processor is on.
I don't believe I have any controls on the processor itself other than the 3 levels. On the EQ, I believe it would be an 8-band EQ. It's got the 63, 125, 250, 500, 1K, 2K, 4K, and 8K. I currently have 63 at -10 and 8K at -10. And the peak is around 2K, let's see, I can't read it, but I want to say it's around a +6.
Okay, so what we want to do is keep everything in the mid-range flat, everything from 500 cycles up to 1.5. We want to keep those either off or flat, so we maintain the integrity of the mid-range. Roger, Roger?
Maintain the integrity of the mid-range. Roger, Roger?
Okay, Roger, Roger. I have 500 flat, 250 flat, and 125 flat, and 1K also flat. Should I bring the 125 down into the negative?
No, just that first off, keep that mid-range flat, 400 to 1.5K flat. Now, can you insert frequencies, or do you're fixed with that 3rd octave equalizer, so I guess you can't put frequencies in. So what we're going to do, the ideal push frequency is 2.7 kilohertz. So what we're going to do is we're going to finagle a 2.7 peak out of that equalizer. So that is a combination of 4 KC and 2 KC. So what we want to do is hit 4 KC plus 6 over where you are, and 2 KC about 3 dB or so, just about halfway to the level of the 4K. Roger?
Just about halfway to the level of the 4K. Roger?
Okay, Roger, Roger. The 4K was already at 6, and the 2K was up around 7. I brought it down to a 3, and my mids are flat.
Yes, sir. Sounding really good. Now, do you have the capability of adjusting the width of your EQ? Do you have a width control?
Adjusting the width of your EQ? Do you have a width control?
Negative, I do not. They are pretty much fixed in those 63, 125, 250, and those ranges. The only thing I'm able to do is slide up and down within those ranges.
Roger that, roger that. Okay, so let's go to EQ1, your base EQ, and I want you to just roll out 25 cycles or whatever that bottom one is. Go ahead and roll out that 50. Just roll those off. Roger, roger.
That's 50. Just roll those off. Roger, roger.
One of the WWA stations. I'm showing that one. The 63, that's the lowest one. I'm showing that one all the way down at a negative 10, all the way down.
Yes, sir. Okay, so the next one up is 120 or so. Ideally, we should start looking at that 250. That's a nice frequency right there. What is the frequency adjustment attenuation on your 250 hertz EQ?
On your 250 hertz EQ.
It is at 0, level 0. So is my 125. At 125 at 0, 250 at 0, 500 at 0, and 1K at 0.
Okay, so how close are you to the microphone?
So, how close are you to the microphone?
I'm about 6 inches from the microphone, looking directly at it right now, and it has a 10 dB pad. I have the pad off. I'm basically running the microphone in its, in its original configuration, with no pad and nothing added.
Okay, so why don't we do this? Let's go back and reset our level. So what happens is sometimes if you do anything in the chain of audio, then you need to go back and redouble check your modulation level, because things have a way of affecting your level. So when we we're working on those lower frequencies, they could change the mod level. So we want to go back to our ALC meter. As you say the word audio, spoken just as you would speak any other word in a QSO, adjust your mic level until you're in the sweet spot on your meter there, Roger.
You're in the sweet spot on your meter there, Roger.
Roger, roger. All right. Audio. It seems like it was a little hot at first. I was at a 30. Now I'm showing a 15 there. Still a little hot. Audio. Come down to a 10. A bit hot. That's a little better. Look at it, got a little bit hot there from the original check.
Roger, Roger. Well, the hardest part is to approximate the average level of a QSO speech. So the most common thing is that when one is setting that level audio, they tend to push too hard on it. So try to approximate a QSO voice level as you say that audio, and adjust your mic level until you're in that sweet spot, Roger.
And adjust your mic level until you're in that sweet spot, Roger.
Okay, roger, roger. Now I'm trying to keep the QSO level audio. Roger, this is Kilo 5 Tango audio.
Roger, roger. Gosh, I was trying to reset one of my SDRs. SDRs are nice, but they have a tendency of a mind of their own. They will change frequencies on their own without me commanding them to change. And you'll be going along, and I've got like 5 internet SDR receivers, notepads that I use to go across around the country to help contact my 100-watt friends that maybe can't get quite the signal that they need to be able to get in here and for me to hear them. So. But like I say, it's changing frequency by itself. So I'm back now, and I've got my Georgia SDR up. So I'm just curious here. I know you were down towards Louisiana, Dan, and I think this Georgia SDR might be just a thing. So come back and let me hear you for a minute. Yeah, Dan, don't copy you there, bud. Do you still have a copy on me?
Bud, do you still have a copy on me?
I'm sorry, I just caught the last of that. Come back.
I'm sorry, I just caught the last of that. Come back.
All right, KC9VKV, kilowatt 5, Tango Delta,
Yes, Dan, is that you, buddy?
Tango Delta, Jim.
I'm sorry, I've been waylaid here for a minute. Repeat.
This is Kilo 5 Tango Delta for KC9VKV. Saying it's never a good thing to have the FDR with autopilot. Do you copy?
Yes, sir, I got you now. Not the one I wanted, but I do have a little bit of copy on you. But anyway, gosh, if you get a chance to drop by, go to search on a YouTube KC9VKV followed by the word logbook, and that'll bring up this recording. It'll be cut number 1 in a series of 3700, and I'll have it uploaded to YouTube by noon tomorrow, Roger.
YouTube by noon tomorrow, Roger.
Roger, Roger. Well, thanks for taking the time to help me out. I appreciate it. I'm going to save this profile. Thanks for taking the time out, and I definitely will look it up. KC9VKV. This is K5PD. Thank you, Dr.
Roger, Roger. We've got a lot of intelligent people on the frequency this afternoon. Bunch of QRMers, what is the QRM tariff these days? Isn't it like $5,000 for deliberately interfering? Where'd you go there, Elmer?
Oh, I'm just sitting here. It was amazing. You had people pull up on the left side of you, on the right side of you, and here you are within your band pass, and they were just tearing the hell out of you.
Yes, sir. Well, gosh, you gotta do what you gotta do. I don't know why somebody would come a KC off. We've been here for an hour and a half. And then to plop down 1 KC off, it doesn't make good sense. But everybody's got to float their boat.
KR4IDW.
Station, come back with your call sign slowly, phonetically.
I've talked to you before on here, Jim, and you've got me straightened out with my ICOM 7300 here. I just had a question for you. Just out of curiosity, your station sounds so clear and so good every time you come on here. I know you're running an ICOM 7300, but what kind of power do you run?
This is a KW. It's a KW, and this is a homebrew electret microphone through an ART preamp, through a 3rd octave equalizer, into a split that goes to the 7300, and it also goes into our video recorder. So we are recording as well as transmitting. Roger.
Roger, Roger. Well, I appreciate it, man. Your station sounds impeccable every time you come on here. So I was just trying to find that out. Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. Glad for you to check by. Just in a word, your audio could use just a little touch of less mids. It does have a little mid-range hump to it. I don't know what radio is it that you're running right now.
ICOM 7300.
Okay, so 7300 has no mid-range control for your EQ, so it would be a matter of tweaking up on the top end and tweaking on the bottom end. So I would say +3 additional treble EQ, and plus 3 on the bottom side of your bass EQ from where you are. Plus 3 clicks boost on your bass, and plus 3 clicks boost on your top end. Roger.
Now that's in the hang on just a second. Let me go back and see where that was.
Yes, sir. It's menu, set, transmit, sideband in that area.
All right, how's that sound to you?
Yes, sir. Sounds better. Now, why don't you tell me in 10 seconds about your antenna system, and let me listen to you.
Well, I've got the inverted V up for 40 meters here, center-fed inverted V. It's about 30 feet, 25, 30 feet high in the center, and the ends of the antenna are about 6 or 8 feet off the ground. Other than that, Zycom 7300, I've got it set up the way that you had me set it up, and I'm trying to run it that way. Seems to be working pretty good, but I had it off a little there on the bass, like you said, so I went back and checked that and set it right, set it correctly.
Yes, sir. Sounds really, really good now. What's your location, sir?
Fairdale Coral Ridge area, over here in Louisville, Kentucky.
Roger, Roger. And what's the name?
Steve, Sierra Tango, Echo, Victor, Echo, KR4IDW.
Hello, Steve.
Roger, Roger, Steve. Sounded really good, bud. And I think you'll like your recording. If you go to YouTube and do that call letter search, KC9VKV followed by the word logbook, would take you to this recording. It'll be cut number 1 in a series of 3,700, and I'll have it uploaded to YouTube by noon tomorrow, Roger.
Roger, Roger. I appreciate your help there, Jim, and I appreciate the information because, like I said, your station always sounds impeccable. Every time I hear your show, and I listen to it every week, almost religiously, if I can be here, if I'm not working. But I appreciate your time, sir, and I'll look for it when it comes up online there. And I think I heard Don in the background, XRP. Hello. Y'all have a good one. I'm going to get back out of the way, 73s.
Roger, Roger, Steve, and I think you'll hear the shift when you did your correction there, and the quality of the audio just jumped up, just amazing, just like walking through a door. So just beautiful. So I got you in, Lou, my Elmer's out there. Elmer, are you still there?
I'm here.
All right, sir, man. I was beginning to wonder if you were going to make it or not, man.
Oh, I've had some things to do over here. The grandkids are here.
Yes, sir. I know how that is, man. I know how that is. Yeah, but you sounded mighty good. Yeah, you could a little more volume, just a tad, about 5 or 10%, Roger.
Oh, I'm not in that mode right now. I'm on the vertical. I'm only putting out 20 watts QRP on this record.
Oh, Roger, Roger. Sounds good. So I thought there was a little more white noise than normal, but the audio quality sounded really good, Roger.
Yeah, I heard the guy in Louisiana really good. Going to get you a 05 over there, Jim. You're going to get a vertical on top of that house.
I've got one. I mean, I was doing antennas, and I said, I got to have a vertical, and I got a vertical. But the thing is, a lot of people are misled by verticals in that they're so quiet. They're seem to be about half the noise, residual noise of a horizontal. But I don't think the normal stuff coming in, the propagation coming in, doesn't normally seem to be vertically polarized as much as it is horizontally polarized, in my humble opinion.
Well, I could hear him quite well. He was coming in quite well. I tried to help you with it a couple times. You were on the SDRs. But, no, I've got mine with a trombone on it. You've seen mine before up here. It has a trombone on it that basically goes way out and comes back in. It's DC to ground. And that changes the verticals aspect, especially when you put it on a 70-foot tower on top of it, 3 counterpoises coming down side of the tower. It changes the whole game.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And just out of curiosity, for my information, now when you're on low power, like now, maybe are you 200 watts or 20 watts or what kind of power level are you running?
20 watts.
Roger, Roger. So that's why I'm having difficulty in copying you when I'm on an SDR, Roger.
That makes sense to me.
Because normally you take my head out on every SDR that I'm on. When you're up, and so your high power is 200.
That's right.
Roger, Roger. Do you ever do more than 200? Do you run the big stuff?
Well, sure. Every now and then, yeah. I'll bring on the nuclear bomb, yeah.
Roger, Roger. Well, I'm just curious, man. Sounding good.
Well, your homebrewed kilowatt that we had on the kitchen table for a whole day, it sounds good, too. It's never had a problem since. That was years ago.
Well, I'll tell you the most outstanding thing I think I ever did. There was a period of time where I had some technical difficulty that I didn't know I had until I looked in the back and I saw there was one of the output tubes was not engaged. It was dark, and I said, there's $800. So, but I got that tube out, and I did a continuity check, and I was just moving the base a little bit on the tube, and you could move it just a little bit, and all of a sudden there was continuity, and I said, "Oh, could it be that it's the filament lead in the tube tooth?" And so I, got my soldering iron out and got things heated up, and bigger than life, that's what it was. And I loaded that up with a large amount of solder, much more than what it would take to melt. And it's been running just beautiful ever since, Roger.
I always told you put a fan on the filaments.
Roger, well, I got one from the top. I got one coming down from the top, Roger. I got one sucking up from the top, Roger.
That'll work. All right, Jim, I got to take care of these grandkids. And then you.
Roger, Roger, 73, sir. Catch you later. This is the Friday afternoon Qso-Vlog net. We got to get out of here. If you participated and would like to hear your audio, if you go to YouTube, do the call letter search KC9VKV, followed by the word logbook, will take you to this recording. It'll be cut number 1 in a series of 3,700, and I'll have it uploaded to YouTube by noon tomorrow. So, with all that being said, we got to get out of here and return this frequency back to normal amateur radio use. This is Kilo Charlie 9, Victor Kilo Victor, clear.